Hello and welcome to Sportsmole's Reader Awards for the 2017-18 season. We're here to reveal your overall player of the season. Nominees for this award were Ciro Immobile, Cristiano Ronaldo, David Silva, Edinson Cavani, Kevin De Bruyne, Lionel Messi, Mauro Icardi, Mo Salah, Paulo Dybala and Robert Lewandowski. Matt, obviously some of the biggest names in European football there. Who stands out for you?
I think it's difficult, isn't it, to say without looking past your Ronaldos and your Messis, who have once again had great seasons. Obviously, Ronaldo taking Real Madrid to the Champions League final once again. Messi's had another great season. They just have great seasons. They will have a great season next season. That's just the way it is. But Ciro Immobile at Lazio's had an unbelievable season. He's 41 goals in all competitions in just 47 games, 29 in 32 Serie A games. Not exactly the league. It's tough for strikers, I know Icardi's in there as well, and Icardi's got 28, and it's a tough league to score goals consistently, and you've seen it over the years. A lot of very good strikers have struggled to hit those kind of numbers. They're very good. I think if you're over 20 goals a season in the Italian league, then you've had a really good season. And Cavani as well. Cavani's a strange one for me. He gets a lot of criticism, doesn't he? People say he does miss a load of chances, but 40 goals in 48 games, and He does score a lot of goals, and I know it's the French league, and people say at the top level, can he really do it? But I think if he came to the Premier League, I think he would score goals. He's had another great season. Lewandowski's there, obviously there again, 40 goal season, 5 assists, and to have a 40 goal season, have a 30 goal season is very good, isn't it? But to score above that amount of goals, which obviously Immobile and Lewandowski have both done, unbelievable. But Messi and Ronaldo up there again, so
I think that's the third season in a row Lewandowski's got over 40 goals, so he's doing it consistently as well, and both him and Immobile are there with the top scorers in Europe. I've got to say a word for Mo Salah though. I think he's the only one. I'm always a Ronaldo Messi top two man. I think they're two of the greatest of all times. They're still the two greatest in the world at the moment, despite both being in their 30s. But if you're judging it on just this season, Mo Salah has been incredible for Liverpool. 44 goals and 16 assists, directly contributing to 60 goals in his first season at Liverpool is a ridiculous return for him. And you mentioned Ronaldo firing Real Madrid to the Champions League final. Mo Salah's fired Liverpool to the Champions League final against all the odds, and obviously that's been in tandem with Firmino and Mane. Liverpool have scored more goals than any other team in the Champions League this season, more goals than any other team in any Champions League season, if you include their qualifiers, and he's been central to that. The Premier League, the Champions League, he's been so good in both of them. So I think he's, for me, the only one who can really challenge that duopoly of Ronaldo and Messi. I think if Liverpool do win the Champions League, then he's very much in contention for the Ballon d'Or. He's had that good a season, and no one else has really had a look in over the last decade or so for that other than Ronaldo and Messi. Obviously the World Cup does have a big say on it. If Ronaldo goes and fires Portugal to the World Cup, or Messi goes and fires Argentina to the World Cup, that might have a big say on it. But for me, I think Salah's right up there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe nick it ahead of Ronaldo and Messi, and it's been a long time since we've said anything like that. Obviously in the Premier League, Kevin De Bruyne is another one who could be right up there. He was, until maybe the latter 2 months of the season, he was up there, people saying he should be player of the year ahead of Salah. So he's had a great team. He's been the best player in the best team in the Premier League, arguably the best team the Premier League's ever seen. If you look at the points there, statistically they are the best team the Premier League's ever seen. And David Silva, another Manchester City player, has been right in the mix of that as well. So there's a lot of great players here. For me, there are three standouts: Messi, Ronaldo and Salah.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. I think other players up there, Paulo Dybala's obviously had a great season. He gets sent off in the first leg of the Champions League against Real Madrid, didn't he, in their tie, and a lot of people were tipping him to make a really big impression in over those two legs, but obviously he didn't get a chance to play in the second leg. But I think I would have Ronaldo and Messi probably with Salah, but I think Ronaldo with 15 Champions League goals this season. I think he's got better than a goal every game in the Champions League. I think it's 105 Champions League goals for Real Madrid, which is unbelievable. And if he fires them to the title, he's got 25 in their league again. Obviously Messi's turned up with a 45 goal season overall, so it's a tough one. Like I say, it'll be very interesting. I think it will be those top three, like you mentioned, with Salah, and it'll be interesting to see in what order.
Well, Messi won our La Liga player of the season, didn't he? But I think the thing that sets Ronaldo apart is that Champions League record. He's just, some of his numbers in the Champions League are bonkers. That he scored in 10 consecutive games, first ever player to even score in all 6 group games, to carry that on in the knockout rounds. Big goals as well. That one against Juventus, 97th minute penalty after, to save them going from extra time after a 3-0 defeat up to that point in the Bernabeu was just, and there was never any doubt that he was going to score that. puts it in the top corner. Incredible finish. So the nerve of that in the Champions League, and as you say, to take him all the way to the final for a third season in a row, I wouldn't be surprised to see him win it. I wouldn't be surprised to see Messi win it, because Barcelona until last weekend had going towards the unbeaten season. They've won the double domestically, and Mo Salah. Shall we see who's won?
Let's have a look. Oh. So fifth position is Immobile with 2.3% of the votes. Fourth is actually Kevin De Bruyne, 8.5%. Third, Messi, 14.3%. Second, Ronaldo, 18.7%. And top of the list with a massive 55% is Mo Salah.
Congratulations, readers. The right decision. 55%. That's a big. That's bigger than I expected for sure. I think he's just had such a good Premier League season. I'm surprised to see him win by that much over Ronaldo and Messi, though.
Yes, it's the top three I would have chosen. I probably would have put. It's tough, isn't it? You can make a case for all of them. I would have them close. I would have them in the top three, but certainly not Salah. 55%. That's a big chunk of the votes. But he's had a great season. So you can't get away from that. But it's a lot.
I think it might be partly to do with the fact that we're used to it for Messi and Ronaldo. Now they do it season after season. They get those figures. For Salah to come in and do that, as I say, directly contributing to 60 goals in a season is the type of thing we only see from Messi and Ronaldo. And he scored one or two Messi-esque goals as well. And I think the shock factor that he's done it for Liverpool in his first season there, no one expecting him to be that good, maybe contributed to such a big victory. I'm surprised it's such a big victory. I'm glad to see him up there. I think he deserves to maybe be up there. Again, he's right in the running for the Ballon d'Or, I think, which we haven't seen anyone, even how good Neymar is. And Neymar, by the way, is unlucky to miss out on the shortlist because until he got injured in February, he had an unbelievable season. His figures are right up there, well over directly contributing to a goal a game as well. So Salah is your overall player of the season.